Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be creating a survey. This is going to be a really basic, laid back tutorial. A lot of people have been asking me to do a lot more basic features on HighLevel, and this is something that I use every single day. We use surveys on all of our landing pages. I much prefer a survey over a form. It's much more engaging. Your conversion rate is a lot higher. So if you are moving away from forms and you're using surveys, I highly recommend it. Your results will be a lot better. And for the video, we're going to create one from scratch. You have a bunch of templates you can use. I recommend just starting from scratch. I'm going to show you how you can edit it, change it, and most importantly, how you can track the conversions inside of your Facebook and inside of your Google. So let's do landing page survey. It's going to give us a basic survey. What I'm going to turn on straight away is I'm going to go into the options, and down at the bottom, I think it's in here or in settings, we're going to go down and we're going to do, there is an option for ask questions individually. I want to turn that on. So settings, advanced. It should be in advanced. Oh, one question at a time. Here we go. One question at a time. We're going to turn that on. That means it's going to ask us one question each time, and it will make the survey much more engaging. The survey will have a much higher conversion rate because it almost gamifies the survey. People want to get to the next stage. If you show everything on the one slide, it's very difficult and it's very daunting for people when they see 10 questions on a form. And if you're using this for lead generation, you should have qualifying questions. You don't want to have all of those questions on the first page, because if they don't qualify for a certain question, or if they get scared off by one question beforehand, they're just not going to start the form. They're not going to fill it in. So that's why we're going to do one question at a time. We're obviously going to want what's their name. We're going to put in, we're actually going to start with a question. I always find that's better. So let's go to our add an object. I have, what is your budget for a new home? We work with a lot of real estate clients in our agency, so it's a lot of home related questions. What is the budget for your new home? We're going to add the next slide. We're going to then put in, if that was the only one, I recommend having 2 to 3 qualifying questions, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to have what's the budget. We're going to put the first name. We're going to put the last name, email, phone. And you'll see these all have little stars beside. That's because they're required. We're going to do the same for these ones. So if we click on the little cog, we can do required. We're going to click on this one, required. The budget question is required already. So we have their first name, last name, email, phone. That's pretty much it. I think maybe what we could add is, if we add another slide here, we're going to ask for the zip code. So we're going to put in postal code. We're going to change it to zip code. That's the placeholder. Let's put in here zip code. We're going to make that required. So now we're asking multiple questions. If I hit preview, we'll be able to actually check out what it looks like. Let's say $1. So we put in our name. We can go next. We can go next. And you'll see now it's a lot easier because the person doesn't know what the next question is going to be. They're going to continue and they're going to keep going in. That's why Typeform and platforms like that are really successful, because they give you the tools to separate out your questions, but you can do it directly in HighLevel. So it allows you to save the cost of using Typeform or any other platform. So now that we have all of our questions, we have this messaging down the bottom for the A2P and the kind of messaging. You can change this if you're trying to pass A2P. You need to make sure that you leave in a lot of this messaging. You don't need all of this if you've already passed. If you've already passed A2P, which allows you to send SMS, you can simplify this. You can make it a lot more simple. Just ask ChatGPT what will keep it legal and what will keep you within the lines of legality. You can put that in and it can be a lot less text, because this is a lot. You don't need all of this, but it is recommended to keep this to pass A2P. So now if we hit save, we have our survey completely finished. What we're going to do is we're going to set up the tracking. Now this is super important, and it's what a lot of people don't do. By default, it's on message. So this means when you complete a survey, you're going to see a message pop up. So all the lead will see is a message on their screen, and that's it. Now that's no good if you're using Google to track your conversions. What you're going to do is you're going to change it to a thank you page. So I recommend doing something like my agency /thank you. So whatever your website is /thank you. And that link is not going to be anywhere on your website. The only way people can get to this link is from this landing page survey. So you could even call this LP thank you, whatever it is. It's a specific link and a thank you page that people can only get to by completing this survey. Now, what you can do now is set up a conversion in your Google account, and you can track the URL. So you're going to track it for lead submission. You're going to choose a URL, and you're going to track this URL. So every time the traffic goes to your landing page, it's waiting for somebody to go to this subdomain. And once they go to LP thank you, so /LP thank you or /thank you, whatever you set it to, it's going to track that as your conversion. And now you're tracking conversions and teaching the algorithm on Google that your surveys are being completed and you're getting leads coming in. So that's super important, and it's something people forget to do. Facebook Pixel is super easy. All you have to do is put in your Pixel ID. I always recommend changing the form submission to lead. You can leave it on submit application if you want, and depending on what you do in your business, maybe one of these different options is better for you, like start a free trial or schedule, whatever it is, you can put it in. I normally set it to lead. On page view, you can leave the same. Create contact on partial submission. I don't recommend turning that on. You're just going to have a bunch of leads with basic information. If you are struggling to get leads and there's not much leads coming in and you want to try and reach out to these people, turn it on. But usually it can build up your CRM with a lot of junk. Auto navigation, this is good. So when somebody fills in the form, it's going to automatically go to the next one. You can turn that on. Scroll to the top. That's only if you have multiple questions and it's going to the different questions. It's going to bring them back to the top on the end. Sticky contact, you pretty much means that if they fill in a form before, it's going to bring across the same information. I recommend turning that on. So if they filled in a form on your website in the past and the cookies are still there, it's going to automatically put it in. You then have the time zone, leave it on. GDPR compliant font, this is only really useful if you're in Europe. You can turn it on, and we can hit save. Now, if we want to integrate this inside of GoHighLevel, you can add your surveys and your forms directly in the website builder. If you're on Squarespace, WordPress, whatever website builder you're using, you can link it really easily by going to integrate. It's going to give you this iframe code that you can copy. All you need to do is go to your Squarespace or your WordPress or whatever builder you use, add a HTML snippet. So there should be an element called HTML somewhere. Drag it into your website where you want the form to be. Paste in this text, and you're going to have the form or the survey pop up straight away. So your survey will be popping up inside your website. You can hit save, publish your website, and now any changes that you make to this survey are going to appear inside your website automatically every single time. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you did, make sure to subscribe. If you are in real estate, make sure to check out my free group for training. We do weekly calls. I go through your GoHighLevel accounts. I check your ad accounts completely for free. And there's a lot more tutorials and tips in there for brokerages, realtors, agency owners, and everything in between. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe. I'm on the way to get 1,000 subscribers, and I do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.